Welcome to the last in this series of unpacking footwork. Today is going to be very much an overview, and what I would like to do is fundamentally show that the women on the tour are actually playing exactly the same game as the men. In my opinion, I think the WTA players get a bad rap. There's a lot of self-fulfilling prophecies in girls' development in tennis. Things, for example, all girls stay tight in the baseline, they all hit hard and flat, no girls come to the net, they don't use slice, they can't kick a serve. There's just lots of things that coaches think and therefore don't actually proactively develop in girls. So these clips will show not only that the girls do all the same footwork patterns and techniques in the hitting phase as men, but they are actually playing the game fantastically well with variations in all sorts of spin speeds, but also in phases of play, court position, etc. So I'm going to play the video, I'm going to speak over it, and then we are done. Started off, footwork is pretty much in a cycle. Not pretty much, it is in a cycle. There's a start, there's a move, there's a hit, and then there's a reposition. This cycle starts exactly the split second even, that the first ball is hit, and it continues until the ball is done. So as coaches, we need to teach footwork in a cycle and not just this idea that it's about court coverage and getting to the ball. We talked about four things that you can do in the hitting phase when you have time behind the ball, and you will see the women doing this fantastically well as I speak. There are transfers of weight where you are behind the ball and you just transfer your weight forwards into the shot. A transfer of weight could actually happen laterally as well. It's essentially when you keep your feet on the ground and just transfer from one to the other. We talked on the second clip about jump forehands and also can be in backhands, and I'll unpack a few examples of those as the weeks go on. They mainly happen on the backhand return of serve when players are trying to climb up to the ball from left foot to right foot if they're right-handed. The jump is really normally done with full mechanics, full range of movement if you like, at full speed, and it's normally to increase speed, but it can also be done when moving backwards. You'll see Georgie here just hit a fantastic jump forehand. So the third one we talked about on day 3 was the hop, which is essentially going from one foot and landing back on that same foot. In general, it's normally when there's a steeper racket path needed. Normally it can be done on any foot, to be honest, and in any direction. And again, as the weeks go on, I will start to unpack all the variations you'll see. You'll see Schiavone do a fantastic one, I think, in the last clip coming up. She does a right hop, which is my favourite one. I'll look out for it when it happens. There's pivot steps, so you can rotate off one foot. That can happen on forehand and backhand, but it mostly happens on the backhand, especially when moving laterally. The hitting phase, when you're forced to move, there are 4 different things, 3 of them way more common than the 4th one. The first one is to shuffle step. You just seen Miladinovich do one there. That is just literally performing a shuffle step as you hit. Then it goes up to cross step. We've mostly showed crossover steps. You can actually do cross behind, and again I'll unpack those as they go along. And then the third one is a run step, which is when you're under full pressure, really a lot of time and space pressure, you have to perform a run step as you hit. We just missed Schiavone. I might actually even go back to show you that one because it's my favourite adaptation. So the run step, the difference between a cross step and a run step is when you are, let me just keep doing this, when you are running for a run step, when you hit the ball, your hips will be facing the direction of your run when you are hitting. Let's have a look at Schiavone here. Sorry for the poor editing. Right, here we go. I think it's on this one. Watch. Hey! Yeah, fantastic. Right hop, moving forwards when the ball is low, and she just uses her arm mechanics to wheek the ball up. It's a Scottish term. So where were we? Run step, and then the final is a back pedal step. It doesn't happen very often. It mostly happens on ball 3 when you are in the process of moving backwards. The difference between a back pedal and a jump is essentially you will be using abbreviated mechanics. It's normally much more of a kind of defensive option, whereas a jump is very proactive. So there we have it. Great movement here from Patinseva. Yeah, never say die attitude. The things that I would like to add on top, and some people may think this is the start, and if I was working on footwork, it definitely is the start, is the mentality of a performer when they are performing their footwork. So we'd always start with this basic focus, mental kind of focus, this athletic height or athletic position, rather than just a ready position. Never say die. Look at this. Yeah, the ball never bounces twice. Yeah, so this mentality that we should start with as coaches is to encourage our players to always give their best effort when they're on the court at all times, of course, but from a footwork point of view, you can have simple rules like the ball will never bounce twice. So you're in practice, ball never ever bounces twice. If you are not just for a drop shot, it's also laterally. So you chase the ball, and even if you put the strings on the ball, you have this belief over time that if your strings touch the ball goes into play. Then in terms of quality behind the ball, beating the bounce whenever possible, to have that feeling that you're behind the ball waiting for it. If it's short, get up beside the ball and really take the ball as early as is feasible. And then after that, you are looking to really educate the player or raise awareness on court positionings, the bisection of the best two angles, the up and back phase. In the UK, we have too many artificial grass courts, so we don't see too much of that because the ball is slapped and one heavy hit and you've kind of dictated or won the point. But on a hard court or an artificial clay court or on a clay court, definitely in the indoor hard courts, you will see more phases of play. Boys do it and girls do it, and we need to raise awareness of this from a much younger age because that is them respecting the game, space and time, the opponent's strengths, etc. So there's a lot to footwork. The cycle, all the things that happen on the way to the ball, behind the ball, also back from the ball, the repositioning, the mentality, the tactical phases of play. We haven't even talked about technical and tactical anticipation. There's a lot to be worked on in footwork, and it should be addressed every single day. So thank you so much for watching this 9 videos that we've developed unpacking footwork. For me, this is just the start. I will continue to do it, raise awareness of examples that maybe we haven't covered in these clips, because I actually, contrary to many people's opinions, I do actually have a life. I have a family, and I'd like to spend some time with them, but I will continue to unpack and look to cover all the bases that we've talked about in the last 9 videos. So keep liking, commenting, sharing the videos on all your social media platforms. Get engaged below. I want to hear what content you would like me to produce, and I will do it just for you. Okay, so thanks again, and see you soon. Bye bye.